Hello, BigTube. Hello, friends. Welcome to LizziefayeLovesBooks. I'm Elizabeth, and I wanted to come back to you again this weekend with a weekend reading update, partly because it's March Mystery Madness, and if you're like me, you're reading several mysteries this month, and also because I'm not going to be able to do an end of the month March wrap-up, at least in a timely fashion, and all of my books have to go back to the library, and I'm traveling at the end of the month and I'll be gone a good bit of April, so it just made sense to go ahead and just kind of review these things as I finish them. So I decided to do a once a week reading wrap up, at least for the first 3 weeks. So for week 2 of March Mystery Madness, I finished my mystery book, or my book for my mystery book club, The It Girl by Ruth Ware, and I actually enjoyed this. I have not enjoyed, well, I was thinking that I had read more by Ruth Ware than I had, but when I went back to look, really I was just basing it on The Lion Game, which I did not like. And the other Ruth Ware book that I have read previously was The Woman in Cabin 10. Now, I had kind of a love-hate relationship with that book because the first 2/3 of it I thought were kind of slow, dry, kind of boring. Wasn't sure where it was going. And then, boom, it was just a complete page turner from about 2/3 in all the way to the end. So the last third of it really redeemed the rest of the book, and I ended up giving it a pretty high rating. I think probably 4 stars. So I did really enjoy that one, when it came down to it. And the same could be said for this one. I pretty much enjoyed this all the way through. And interestingly enough, some of our book club members didn't love it. They thought that the main character was a little bit whiny. But overall, it got no lower than a 3 rating for anyone in my mystery book club. So, for the most part, we all enjoyed it. And I think what helped me to like this one a little better, especially than The Lion Game, is that I did like some of the characters. At least I didn't really dislike them. And for me to really enjoy a book, I need to be able to get behind at least 1 or 2 of the characters, and I found that here. So, The It Girl by Ruth Ware is about a girl in college. She's kind of naive, as a lot of us are when we first go to college, and she is at a prestigious college in Oxford, and she's surrounded by people with more money than she has, and so she feels really out of place. And her roommate is the it girl, basically a girl who has kind of a sense of entitlement and just sort of leads people around by their nose, that kind of thing, tells people what to do. But she becomes best friends with her, and then by the end of the year, before the end of the school year, her roommate, who is the it girl, has died. So it goes from there. We have 2 timelines. We have the before and the after her death, the death of the roommate. And I really liked that. Sometimes when I'm listening to a book on audio and there is 2 timelines, it will give me the date or the year, and it doesn't always register with me, oh, we switched timelines, until something happens within that storyline to make me go, wait a minute, when did we switch timelines? But this one I could hear them say before and after, and I knew immediately where we were going. So that I thought was good. Anyway, that was really all I want to tell you about The It Girl. And then the other books that I have been listening to, I listened to Blanche on the Lamb by Barbara Neely. This series is not that new. I learned about it in 2015 when Troy Towell was talking about them, and I started collecting them at the time, and I've had all 4 of them on my shelves. And this is the first time that I'm finally getting to them, and mainly because they're on audio. This one was originally published in 1992. So this one had a really fun premise, although I'm not still really sure. I realized after I returned it and went on to book 2, I thought, wait a minute, how did she get out of the original predicament that she was in? Because she gets caught... Oh, she gets caught bouncing checks. That's what it is. And the judge is just having a bad day and sentences her to 30 days in jail. Well, a series of events happens, and the guard's back is turned, and she just leaves. So she ends up hiding out, working for a family who is going to like a summer home or something, or a country home, a vacation home, and there's a mystery there that she solves, but I don't remember how she ends up, or if she ends up getting things squared away with the law. So I need to go back and reread the end of it. But anyway, then now I'm listening to Blanche and the Talented Tenth. I've got a couple hours left on this one, and I want to try to finish this one today. I could have finished it sooner, but I keep misplacing my headphones, and the language is kind of salty in this one. I mean, it's a little salty in this one too, I think, but I feel more so in this one. I think I'm going to put the other two books on hold for a little bit, just because these are not as light and fun as I thought they would be. There is a lot of commentary, especially in here, about racism, and especially about the, I guess racism is still an appropriate word, between people of color who have different colors of skin, like different shades of black, I guess, if for lack of a better way of saying it. And, you know, as a white person, I'm completely oblivious and unaware of any of that. So it's very eye-opening, it's enlightening. But as a mystery goes, there's a little more of that than I really want in just a light, cozy mystery. There's more social commentary, less mystery, and I'm kind of in the mood really just for a straight-up mystery. So, very enlightening, and I definitely will go back to finish the series, but I'm realizing that I have not gone through all of my Hoopla borrows as quickly as I had planned to, and I still have quite a few things borrowed. They're going to expire. Some of them will probably expire before I can get them finished. So I think I'm going to, after I finish this one, then I'm going to put the other two on hold just for the time being and go ahead and pick up a different series just to sort of cleanse the palate a little bit. And I'm really interested in picking up another canine, romantic suspense, canine mystery series, and I've got one checked out on Hoopla. So I will probably get to that one next, because I do want to do a video about that subgenre of mystery and romantic suspense, the whole canine companion, help solve crime, that kind of thing. And there are quite a few series out there. And I'm still reading my books in print. I haven't finished anything yet. I'm just chinking away on all of them. I'm actively reading 5 different books. The one mystery I'm reading right now is Pinned for Murder by Elizabeth Lynn Casey. And this is for the read-along that the Killing Time with Cozy's group is doing. All the discussions for this are on Melmac's Discord. On that same Discord is where we're discussing the Jen McKinley read-along books. Someone asked me in my last video, why are you reading so many Jen McKinley series? And I know I've talked about this before, but someone suggested, or someone mentioned in a live stream several months ago, probably even more than a year ago, that there is some crossover. Sorry, I shouldn't hold this up while I'm talking about Jen McKinley. There's some crossover of characters in the Jen McKinley series. And so we were trying to figure out, you know, which came first, in order to get the full appreciation of the overarching story, you know, and all the characters. What should you read first? And so at that point, you know, some of us were talking and we were like, well, wouldn't that be great if we could just read them all in publication order, and then we'll just see where the crossovers come in. So that is what we're doing. We're reading 2 a month for this year, which still won't complete the project. We'll have to do probably 5 or 6 months into next year in order to complete all 3 of the series. And the series are the Hat Shop, the Cupcake Bakery, and the Library Lovers. So we haven't started Hat Shop yet. In January, we read the first 2, Cupcake Bakery, and then last month, 1 of each, and this month, 1 of each. But I have not started either of them yet, because I was a month behind. Not quite. So first day of the month, I believe, first or second day of the month, I listened to the Cupcake Bakery mystery that I was supposed to listen to last month, because it took me all month to read the Library Lovers. So now I have picked this one up, and I don't want to read 2 cozy mysteries in print at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one before I start the Library Lovers. And I'm busy working on my family history project, and I'm going to be traveling at the end of the month. So I am going to just plan to be behind on that project for a couple of months probably. But once I, get done with this project and get done with my traveling, and also, we've got Amish in April and then middle grade May and all of that. Once that's all done, I can really just kind of put my nose to the grindstone and get back to that project and catching up with that project. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. For Kate House, Follow Us to Fair Acre read along. We're reading Tyler's Row and then also The Christmas Mouse this month. I'm not planning to be on her live stream at the end of the month, but she did ask me, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to be traveling. I don't even know if I'm going to have internet, so I better not plan on it." But there's so many things in here that I am just like bursting to talk about that I really wish I could be on there. If I can figure out a way, I'll let her know. But anyway, I'll still tell you guys about them, even if I can't go on her channel. But anyway, it's really fun and definitely a book that I would love to chat about. And if I had to just mood read and pick up any one of these books right now, it's probably this one, Rebels by David Lease. This is book 2 in the Randoms trilogy, and this is a middle grade science fiction adventure, and it's just really fun. I am enjoying it a lot. And I'm still chinking away at World Without End by Ken Follett. It is the sequel to Pillars of the Earth, and very compelling, very good. And then my daughter and I have been reading just a little bit every day. He Touched Me. This is published by Ideals. And this past week we read about the 12 apostles. There is a page for each one of them. And so we read 2 a day for the last 6 days. And now we are ready to move on. So that has been very enjoyable. So that's it. That's what I've been reading and listening to. I had planned to film this video at the bookstore. I've been telling you guys that I work at a little used bookstore, and this weekend the owners went on vacation, so I was in the store by myself yesterday, but it was pretty busy. I had thought, I would, if there was a lull, I would try to at least film some footage there. And there were a couple of lulls, but I was busy still just putting books on the shelves and things, and I just completely forgot. So I work by myself again on Tuesday while they're still on vacation, and usually Tuesday is not quite as busy as the weekend. So maybe if I remember, I will at least film a little bit of footage there so you can see it, and then I'll include that with my next weekend's video. So for now, that's all I have for this video, and let's chat in the comments, and I hope you are having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.